Today we're meeting with Carl Stone. He's been a middle school leader for about 6 years at SCF. He is now retired but was a highway patrolman, and is just a fun guy, goofy guy, and I love the conversations we've had on the San Francisco meetings. So looking forward to talking with him today. So, we'll start with this.
Okay.
So my favorite things that we've done together, I don't get to do this year, and it's coming up, and I'm bummed to not go to San Francisco, but man, I love the conversations we have. I love having you on that trip. What's your favorite San Francisco memory over the last almost 7 years we've been doing this?
Oh gosh. Just one favorite memory? I don't know. I love going down there. It reminds me of years ago when I was doing street witnessing stuff. So I just really like going down there and having the kids, I think, what's the word? Experience that. The environment, probably one of my favorite memories was, I think, 2 years ago, and I'm trying to remember her name now. She'd never been to San Francisco before, and just her looking out the window of the van going, wow, at everything, because it was all new.
Right.
Oh gosh.
I think one of my favorites with you on that trip was we were crossing the street the very first year we went. And I'm panicked, and you're the big cop that's protecting us. And we forgot that one of the rules is you don't say hi to people in that town. You just don't. And we said hi, and this lady responded with, "Well, what's it to you?" And stepped out in the street to continue the conversation. And Big Carl steps in front and protects me, and you looked at her and said, "You do not want to take one more step towards these students." And you just saw Cop Carl come out in a way I've not seen before. But man, you keep us safe on that trip, which is so cool.
And this year my sciatica's healed, so I'm good.
You'll be all right. Man, but just the nights of sitting up in that kitchen with you and Carl,
Joel.
Joel. Wow, the San Francisco curse, man. Every time we're in San Francisco, I can't keep your name straight.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. No, just those conversations are so crucial to me that I will always remember those as some of my favorite times in youth ministry for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun.
That's
what it's all about.
Putting dollar bills back together. And
I still have that video. I never did anything with it.
We'll do
That's
something
okay.
one day.
Yeah.
Hey, so 6 years of youth ministry-ish.
Yeah, somewhere close to
What
that.
would you say if you could pick your favorite youth ministry moment? What would it be?
Oh, you see again, picking favorites. I would probably summer camp. I love going to summer camp. I love having the kids there at the summer camp. And nothing specific about camp other than camping. I just like being in the outdoors anyway. So, overall, I don't think there's any one particular moment. Maybe hide and seek at night. But that's about it.
So I have a personal question I've been waiting to ask you. Since you've been retired, how many days have you worn pants?
Probably just over 30. And the only reason I know that is because we went on vacation where I was wearing long pants for most of it. We were gone for about a month.
See, it's a questionable answer, right? Everyone else is thinking pants in general. You know what I meant. Carl wears nothing but shorts on every day of his life, except for working.
Yeah. Well, and I was just thinking about that today too. So I'll wear shorts on the drive down to San Francisco, and I'll wear shorts on the drive back. Other than that, I'll probably wear long pants.
Right. Because I hate shorts.
Which is why I can say it's probably just about 30 days because I have all these things that I do that I have to wear long pants for.
So, favorite book you've ever read and why?
Oh, favorite book? I don't read books. I wait for the movie. It's just entertainment, so I'm
Just
good with,
lazy.
I'm good with 90 to 120 minutes of.
Okay, so
hey,
what's your
look at
favorite
that.
movie you've seen recently?
Oh gosh. I hate to say this because so many people are down on it. Wonder Woman.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
it wasn't bad.
Yeah, again, like I say, it's entertainment, so I'm good with it.
So I know it was
James.
Okay. James' favorite book, the Bible. Okay. So I know it was probably about 1999. But I think, if I
Okay.
remember right, when did you? Wow, that's bright.
Yeah, that is really great. But that's oh no, that's okay.
When did you come to know Jesus, and what did that look like?
Oh, so it was in 1997. I was.
Let's give me the best. Just keep going.
Just like that. No, so it was January of 1997. I was in court, and I was being sued by a guy that I had arrested. And I had grown up in the church, and so I always knew who God was, but not necessarily really knowing God. So I kind of just had a piece about the trial, even though I was the defendant, if you will, because it was a civil trial. And I ended up talking to my mom, I think the second day of the trial, and I told my mom that I'd given it over to God. And my parents were already Christians. And my mom kind of looked at me a little funny, like, what do you mean you've given it over? And I was like, well, I know I haven't done anything wrong. I know I didn't violate policy or state law. And God's got this. And at the end of a 3-day trial, the jury came back in my favor, basically saying that I didn't do anything wrong. And then kind of going back to my old ways. Not really thinking much about God, but about a week after the trial, one of the guys that I worked with, who was a quote-unquote known Christian, if you will, came up to me, and I was sitting in my patrol car getting ready to leave the office, and he says, hey, you ought to listen to this radio station. And so I started listening to the radio station. It was probably, that was in January, so May. And I don't know the exact date, but I know after a couple months of listening, one of the pastors on the radio station that I was listening to I really liked. And that was Pastor Greg Laurie. And at that point then, I found myself on my knees again, asking God to come into my life. That was in May, towards the end of May. My wife was already a Christian. She was going to SCF. I asked her, what's the church that you're going to, and if I can join her one Sunday. And she's like, yeah. She was like, wow, this is new. And ended up then going to church. The next, we got out of church, and I told my wife, I said, we need to find a Bible study. And the next week we went to church. There was a note in the office area that had Bible study that was 7 houses down the street from my house.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, oh man, that's like a God thing. And started going to that Bible study.
So I know you, since about 97, you started to develop, a passion in your life that I would say for more the Jewish side of our faith, right? Like the Hebrew, the roots, the festivals.
Right.
Why is that so important to you?
So I love SCF, and I love the teachings that Scott and John and Brett, just a lot of the pastors that have been there over the years, what they've brought and what they've taught. And Scott, I think, is a phenomenal teacher. Aside from the fact that he just happens to be one of the founding pastors of the church. That aside, because we're a non-denominational church, I think that a lot of people who don't or haven't gone either to a Catholic church or Lutheran or one of the mainline denominational churches, they don't understand where how should I put this? They don't have an understanding of really where our roots are.
Right.
That's my feeling. That was Carl Stone's belief.
No, I agree. That's why I love these conversations.
Yeah. So I think that there's a lot to the liturgical side that we're missing at SCF.
So let's kind of
hang on just a second. Hang on.
Give him a minute.
Okay.
I've never used one of those. Is it worth it?
My wife would say no.
So the answer is no.
Yeah. Are you still filming?
Yes.
Okay. So real quick side note on the Apple Watch. I bought the Apple Watch from my wife for her birthday a year ago because it's what she wanted. She found out it was just really an expensive Fitbit and didn't do much more than that. I don't think she really explored a lot of the options, but it is kind of cool to answer the phone and be like Dick Tracy talking on my watch.
That would be the only reason I would do it, right? No.
No, Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy.
You're not old enough.
The way I used to love you.